Welcome to Raphael Butler today. The program getting ready to fight Tony Johnson coming up here on January 29th, Bellator 148. Talked to Tony a little bit earlier today. He had a lot of good things to say about you, but he said that the biggest thing that he's been working on, and we've all seen it, is that his cardio has been horrible. His last couple fights, he was coming down from 320, trying to make 265, and now he's finally got himself kind of under control.
Yeah.
That was his biggest gap in
Yep.
his fights. What other gaps did you see while he was in his fights when you're looking at tape on him?
Well, I mean, I haven't watched any tape on this camp, but I seen him fight Volkov,
Mm-hmm.
and in that I noticed that his wrestling was superb. Like he did everything he did great on the ground in that, but his striking wasn't where it should be to be at this level of type of fighting.
Right.
So so that if I were to say that he had any holes, it'd be that. But he definitely makes up for that with his wrestling.
He does like to pressure you. He's been wrestling since he was about 4 years old, so he likes to
Yeah,
put that pressure on you and likes to stay in your face a little bit.
yeah,
But you're really good at keeping guys off you as well. Like you do
oh
a good job of running, not I don't want to say running away, but backing away and getting out of angles.
yeah.
Does he pose any kind of particular problem that you had to work on in camp to kind of get yourself ready for it?
Just just a regular thing about fighting a wrestler, just making sure that he doesn't get his hands on me. you know,
Right.
I feel like if I do that, then it'd be an easy fight for me. And even if he does get his hands on me, I think my defense is good enough to not go to the ground when I don't want to.
Have you looked at Tony's record at all?
Yeah, yeah, I have.
Okay, so you're 9-1 and he's 9-2, so very
Yeah,
close.
yeah.
But who do you think, in your opinion, has had the tougher opponents during that run?
He has. He has. Uh, he seems like the type of guy that has been thrown into fights.
Hmm.
You know, as the underdog, and he won most of those. So I'm definitely keeping that in mind going into this fight. You know, he's not there to lay down. Like he is a gamer. So I'm in there to fight like it's a championship fight because winning this fight, it would definitely put me in the position to start making a run for that title. But I have to win this fight impressively against a really tough guy. So
And I want to apologize. I made a mistake earlier. I said you're 9-1 and 1. You have a
yeah,
draw
yeah,
that you had with Nick Roseborough back in the Bellator 119.
yeah.
Um, do you still remember? Is that fight still fresh in your mind? That fight with Nick?
Yeah.
Can you explain to me what you think you had to do just a little bit more of? Because in a draw, it's basically saying one judge votes for you, one judge votes for him, and one judge has it for a tie.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, what am I going to do? Now we're kind of stuck in a majority draw. So
Yeah.
what do you think you had to do to convince that one judge to give it to you?
I should have. Been, well, first off, I should have stopped him.
Right.
Secondly, it was more of me not being there in those last two rounds. I should have did more. I should have, punched more. I should have grinded more. I should have just did more in that fight. Um, and I think if I would have done that, I would have definitely had all three judges. But I
Okay.
didn't. So after that fight, I just went back to the drawing board and just making sure that that doesn't happen again.
So what happened with Javi Aya back in Bellator 125? Because then
Javi?
you got caught by a rear naked choke in that
Yeah.
fight. And what happened? It didn't seem like you were fighting to your top level at that point. It seemed like there was a couple things
No.
wrong.
Um, that fight was again me mentally not. Uh, I I went to that fight too overconfident. I had a really good camp. I had really good sparring. I wasn't going to take it down with anybody. Like I was, I had as a fighter. You have kind of hiccups in every fight. I mean, in every camp. But in that camp, I had the least hiccups of any camp that I had. So I was just really overconfident in that fight, and I didn't think
Okay.
that he had anything that he could do to hurt me. So, so again, that was my fault. I shouldn't have been that confident going into a fight. I should have been a little bit more, you know, aware that he is a fighter. He's going there to try to hurt me. He's going there to try to finish if he can.
And then
So
next
again,
fight with Josh Dickman, you figured it all out and ended up getting a submission
yeah,
at Bellator 134. So you seem to kind of progressively, if you watch your last three fights, you saw the little hiccups that you had 2 fights ago, where mentally you kind of checked out, and this last fight
yeah,
you kind of put it all together. Is
yeah.
this training camp more like the training camp you had with Josh to get ready for Josh, or more like the training camp you had to get ready for Nick?
This is, this is more of just a whole completely different training camp, really. Like, I definitely got my mental aspects under control now,
Mm-hmm.
and now I'm just working on my body because I know that Tony's going to be there in there to grind if he must, and so I'm in there preparing for a 3-round grind if it has to be that way.
Okay.
And just know that I have to be there all 3 rounds grinding if I need to be.
And that makes a lot of sense because you will. This fight will be unless one of you finishes the other.
Yeah.
I mean it's going to be a grinding fight because unfortunately Tony's going to be able to set the pace. So you're either going to be grinding by running away from him and cutting the corner and keeping him off you the entire time, or you're going to be leaned up against the cage looking for that one spot to put an elbow on or put a hand on. It's just how these fights go in the division. And let's not forget, there's not that much space inside the cage for 2 big men. It's a lot. It's very small. Once you start putting your size in there, all of a sudden you've cut the ring off by 3 more feet. There's nowhere really to move.
Right.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
this is going to be a great fight. I really think it's a good fight. I really think this is very well match made for Bellator. I think they put this together at the right time in the career for both you guys. This for me is going to be one of the better fights on the card. And I'm actually personally as a fan excited to see this fight. So that's why I'm glad I got you on for an interview because I'm going to be at home watching this one for sure. I definitely want to see this fight happen.
Yeah. I actually agree, man, because I actually wanted to fight Tony after I watched the Bolt Call fight because he beat the guy that I wanted to beat. So no, it put me in a position to have him be the guy. So this fight is I wouldn't say personal, but it's a fight that I know that I have to win.
Okay.
Impressive.
You know what? And like I said, I interviewed Tony earlier today. He said the exact same thing, that this is a fight that he knows he has to win. And so both of you are coming in with that attitude, which is going to make this fight even more exciting because both of you are trying to win. Both of you are in agreement that you've got to win this fight to get into the next level. So
absolutely.
This is going to be awesome. Well, Raphael, thanks for coming on here. I really appreciate it. Thanks. I know you just got to have an appointment. I appreciate you sitting in a parking lot and waiting a couple minutes to talk to me. I know right now it's hectic trying to get rid of the last minute stuff done for the end of training camp, trying to get ready to get out of town. I appreciate that you did take a couple minutes for us here at MMAOddsBreaker.
Man, no problem, man.
Thanks so much, man. Have a great rest of your training camp. Have a great rest of your day. We'll talk soon.
Yep.